Guys, it's Bailey. Welcome to my channel, Reclaim Grace. I'm so glad y'all decided to click on this video today. It's the last day of July and we are going to fit in a Christmas in July video. I really hope y'all enjoy these projects and let me know what you think at the end. Thank y'all. So let's get started with project 1. We are going to be making some ornaments using the frames IOD mold. And I have showed this previously, but I use Fabricast resin. You can find this on their website, and it is a lot cheaper than the other quick casting resin that I see a lot. I think it's called Amazing Casting Resin. I went through that really quickly, and if you're a reseller, you get more bang for your buck if you go ahead and get a gallon of the A and a gallon of the B hardener, and it's only like $60 with shipping. So I just wanted to fill y'all in on that tip if y'all are resellers. So I just casted these frame molds. I just mixed up equal parts of A and B, stirred it very well, and poured it into the frames I wanted to cast. It sets up in about 10 minutes and you're ready to demold them. And I'm going to paint 3 of them with this beautiful blue color by Fusion Paint. This is a little tester tube I got at Coppermill Mercantile in Kinston, and it was $6.99. So it's a really good deal just to try out a paint color to see if it's, the tone, and just to test it out. And I had some people asking me about what kind of brushes I use. I am the world's worst for leaving a brush after I get done using it. I put it in a little sandwich baggie, and I try to rinse them out whenever I get done crafting that afternoon, but it doesn't always work out. So I like to use these cheap synthetic brushes I get from Walmart, and it's just a couple dollars for this pack. I am using DIY vintage linen or vintage white. Either way, it's a white color by DIY, and I base coated the inside of the frames. I gave it 2 good coats, and now we are going to use Deaf Traditions in the blue. And I want to make some little blue and white ornaments. So I'm just creasing with my fingernail so I can cut out the exact shape. And I misted the paint side of the paint inlay. I applied a coat of sealer to the surface I'm going to apply it to, and just gently press down the inlay onto the project. And I will go ahead and do the other 2 ornaments and let them dry, and then we will peel it off. And this is my absolutely favorite part. I just use my heat gun to zap them dry really quick. And once they turn cloudy like that, that's when you know they're dry. So I'm just going to get off that excess water, and then we will peel these off. I'm going to set those little pieces I'm peeling off aside because I can use those a second and third time. So now for the other frames I cast, I'm going to use this Manger Green by Fusion. This is another little tester tube I picked up from Coppermill. I just wanted to try out some different colors that I didn't have in my arsenal. So I'm just going to go around the edges of these and give them a quick coat of paint, being sure to get into the details of the mold. And then I will come in, I'm using crinoline this time by DIY, and I'm just carefully cutting in those edges. It's great just to have a flat synthetic brush to do this, and just take your time and be patient and just drag your brush slowly to cut into those edges very neatly. I will give the center 2 coats of paint, and with these ornaments we're going to be using a transfer. Y'all don't be mad at me, but this came out last year. It's called Candy Cane Cottage. I'm sure some of y'all have some leftover transfers from this book, or any Christmas transfer really. So I'm just using my fingernail to crease where I want to cut, and I'm going to apply transfers to all the ornaments that I'm creating. And if your cut wasn't perfect and you get some excess transfer onto the frame, just use an X-Acto knife and gently peel it off, or you can always press it in and paint right over it. While I'm transferring the rest of these, I just wanted to tell y'all that I absolutely love reading y'all's sweet and encouraging comments down below. It it honestly melts my heart with some of the comments y'all leave me. I am just so proud of this community that we are building on my channel, and I just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here today, and thank y'all for commenting. I really, really appreciate it. So with this last mini frame, I wanted to do something a little different. So I grabbed one of the Fairy Mary transfers and I cut a little square out with a baby mushroom. I'm obsessed with mushrooms. So I just wanted to do this one a little differently. And I just peeled that protective backing off, laid it on the center of my frame, and I'm just going to rub, rub, rub until it turns cloudy, and then I can pick that protective backing off. So this is my DIY gold gilding wax. I just put a little bit on my finger, got off the excess, and I'm just gently rubbing around the details of the frame to just bring out that gorgeous detail and give these a little extra flair. I'm going to go around all of these frames to do that, let that dry. And honestly, I'm probably going to take this ribbon off that I'm attaching right here. Wasn't my favorite. I really want to get some red velvet ribbon, but for right now, I just stuck those on the back to be our little hangers. So with this casting, it doesn't have a back. So I just took some heavy cardstock and measured it by just laying my paper down and tracing around the frame, cut it out, and I'm going to use this beautiful Christmas tree on the back of this. Then I will use a little bit of hot glue to attach the cardstock to the back of my frame, and I also added a hanger to this, but more than likely I'll be replacing that hanger as well. And here is how they turned out. I did seal the centers of our frames, and y'all let me know what you think about this. I really like how it turned out. I think my favorite one is the mushroom one, which you will see in the next, actually not the next clip, but the clip after these beautiful blue ones. And with the blue ones, I want to get some blue velvet ribbon. What do y'all think about these? Okay, project two. We're starting off with this wooden hanger I've had in my stash for a while. Honestly, it's just kind of been kicking around my workshop. I'm taking some very old Dixie Belle red paint. This mess was so thick. I smarten up in a few minutes and add a little bit of water to it. But I'm just going to give the wooden part of the hanger one good coat of the red paint, and then I cut off a piece of drop cloth, and I'm going to take this larger transfer, the hot cocoa transfer from the first transfer book. I think it's Candy Cane Cottage, and I just peeled that protective backing off, laid my transfer down, and it will stick perfectly fine to fabric. Just might have to press a little bit harder, and I'm just working my way down the transfer, lifting up and rubbing at the same time. This really, really helps your transfer release more quickly. And I burnished that in really well with my hands and gave it a good trim. I'm also going to pull some of the threads of the drop cloth because I want a frayed look on the side. Next, I'm going to get a baby wipe and I'm going to wet distress the wooden part of the coat hanger, and then we will seal it in with some DIY wax and use a little bit of hot glue to attach our drop cloth to the inside of it. If y'all were enjoying these thrift flips and makeovers, be sure to give this video a like. It really helps my channel grow and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I love how this turned out. I made one almost like this last year at Christmas time and it sold right away. So I'm sure this one will go very quickly. And I'm going to price it at $19.95. Y'all let me know what you think about this cute project. Project 3 is this cutting board I made over a while back. We're going to give it a refresh today by starting out giving it a good sand. I just want to get any raised lettering off and curve those edges a little bit. Then I will give it a good clean, and now I'm taking a new to me paint, Raw Silk by Fusion. This is my favorite white right now. I absolutely love the creamy tone of it. It's not yellow, it's not bright white. It's truly a perfect vintage white if you ask me. The front of the where it had the lettering at, it did take 4 coats, but that was because it was Sharpie and it kept on bleeding and it was a mess. But I did get it covered up, and I decided to add a little bit of texture by stippling my brush on the last coat. So I'm just going to take some more transfers from the Candy Cane Cottage, and we're going to put a little scene up here. And then I will come in with my sealer and give everything a good seal. And I actually sealed the front of the cutting board twice. And then I did add a little jute hanger to the top of it so it can be hung easily. And that's really it for this project. It's very simple, but very effective. Let me know what you think about this one. Our last project for today, I picked up this wooden tote from Salvation Army, I believe for $2.99. And we're going to use that old red Dixie Belle paint again. The good thing about it is it's so thick, it only took 1 coat to cover this wood up. I am being careful to go around the handles because I want to do something different with that. But we're going to paint the entire box inside out, and we're going to let that dry. If y'all are local to my area and looking to buy some IOD products, I sell IOD and Jamie Ray vintage products in both of my vendor booths, Lola's Vignettes in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and Coppermill Mercantile in Kinston, North Carolina. And I have all the new release items available there. So here we are breaking out the Etiquette's new golded gilded transfer. And with these, you really need light pressure, y'all, when applying this, because you will transfer some of the gold that you're not trying to transfer. So just do light pressure, lift up and rub at the same time so you can make sure you're getting down all the little bits and bobs. So I decided to put the bigger label on the side you just see me do. And now I'm going to take this trim and apply it to the other side, because next we're going to be whipping out the Bose mold by IOD. This just came out in their new release. And I'm going to use my Fabricast resin. I just mixed equal parts, A and B, stirred, poured immediately. And I am about to make a mess right here because I need a new silicone cup. I am not very clean with mine. So I just let my casting firm up and demolded it. And what I'm doing right here is using the DIY gold gilding wax, and it was not a good idea. Do not do this. It was an epic fail, but I made it work. What you should do is paint the mold first and then use the gilding wax on top of it. That will make the gilding wax stick better. But I made this work, and I'm just using my finger to go around those handles and around the distressing I did. And then we're going to lay the mold on this side, and we're going to glue it down with a little bit of Tite Bond, quick and thick, and also a little bit of hot glue to get that immediate hold. Next, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the little ribbon ends, and I decided to put these on the side of my tote because it didn't really look right on the front. So I just attach one ribbon end to each side, and this thing is done. I think it turned out really, really cute. I can't wait to get these Christmas items in my booth. I'm not going to take them in right now because my booth is like fall mode right now, and they would kind of stick out. but they'll be in there during the Christmas season. And I would price this at $25.95. Now let me know what you think about this. And I really, really, really appreciate y'all being here today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe so you won't miss any future videos. Thank y'all so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.